On this week's episode of Behind the Cleans, a week that seems simple comes with punch after punch after punch.
It irritates the hell out of me.
With a fire in the office, a fault on the new van, and much more. I'm Lee, this is Vapor Clean, let's see Behind the Cleans.
So it's Monday the 17th of July, I'm in the office, it's 5:30, gonna get caught up and hit the week running. This morning we're back at the SS Great Britain finishing off the kitchen deep cleans, and the guys are there all day. We've got Scott at one big job today doing some gutter clearing and cleaning. We've got the support ops out doing some holiday cover. Monday looks like a quiet day, but Mondays never are, so we'll see how that goes. Do the limbo round. That was probably the famous last words this morning, that it was never a dull moment around here. We have certainly had a little bit of excitement this afternoon in the office. We'll have a look with me. Just goes to show what can happen, and obviously the fact that you've got to be very, very careful. That was a tumble dryer full of cloths going around middle of the day. We heard a noise, we come out, we checked it, and there we are, we had some smoking. Turned our backs, turned it off, turned our backs, and next thing you know, it's a light. Luckily we were around. We don't leave things like that going whilst we're not here, obviously, but yeah, could have been a hell of a lot worse, that's for sure. But all the equipment's in place to make sure it's safe. We recently submitted a tender for a local project, and today is the day it's supposed to come out. So I've checked, the email's in. It's time to go and have a look and see if we were successful or not. It's something that I'm really quite keen to get, to be honest. It's a good step forward for the business. It's local, it's part of the local community, and I'm really very keen on it. So my stomach's going. I'm nervous, but that's what it's like when you're running a business. You know, you do, it all means a lot. So hence the reason why I'm filming this, because it's going to go one way or the other, and you're going to see my reaction either way. So I'm going to log in. Like that. So that's ridiculous. So when they provide a tender, or when they reveal who's won a tender, they give you the percentages of your scores, and they show you the percentage of the scores for the winning tender as well. And the most frustrating thing, it irritates the hell out of me. The one thing that the actual site were moaning about was the quality. So we conducted a visit to site, and the one thing they were moaning about was the quality on site, and the site was not clean in any way, shape or form. We were very, very competitive on the cost, yet we've only been scored 34% on the price, yet the winning person, bearing in mind the maximum percentage you can get on price is 50%, has been rewarded 50%. Everything else we beat them on. We beat them on quality, we beat them on social value, so everything else we beat them on. But it come down to price, and they've just gone with the cheapest price, essentially.
It's Tuesday the 18th of July. I'm in the office all day to catch up and clean up. Obviously after everything that happened yesterday, we got well behind, and we need to make sure we do catch up. My first job this morning is to organise some stock. Obviously with what happened yesterday, I can't let anyone into the storeroom. I need to make sure and get that all tidied up before we go and do that. But stock still needs to go out, so we need to get that organised.
Hey Simon, it's Lee. Can you give me a call back? That van that we picked up last week, or the week before, engine management lights come on it, mate. So can you give me a call, please? Thank you. Yeah, we've managed to get some funding from Clean Airs, and I've just spoken to the guy with that van, and he's basically said it. You're not far away from him. No, I mean, have you seen what the void clean's like? How long do you think you're going to be there? If you shoot over, if I put it on your diary, if you shoot over, they'll plug it in, see what the fault is, clear the fault, and then we can see where we go from there, and then you can go over and join me. Is that all right?
Hard life, isn't it?
Before I submit this,
Yeah.
do you want me to put exactly what I do as we did for the tech one, with the no yeses for working with adults and children, blah, blah, blah. Or should it be something different then, because it's for a cleaning officer? Exactly.
Do it as you've done the text just for this one, and we'll just have to clarify that. Because, yeah. All right. So we'll go through to our meeting, but Kim, before we do, just bought you a little something just to say well done and thank you. Perseverance and all that with the jobs and stuff. So, yeah, no.
Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
You got to open it up in a minute.
Sarah.
Oh, you're doing by mouth, aren't you? Crack it open. Crack it open.
Bye.
It is 7:15 on Tuesday. I'm done for the day. It's been one of those days where it's just gone completely astray from plan. It's been a bit crazy all over the place, so not everything has got done as we kind of planned, funny enough. But we've got through it, we've got things straight, we've got some stuff caught up, and we're all heading in the right direction. I've stayed on a little bit later to get caught up. I'm out of the office tomorrow. We're still a person down in the office tomorrow. So I just wanted to make sure that the ladies in here are all okay. We are still a person down in the office. So I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna get some rest, I'm gonna get some sleep, and then up tomorrow and shooting out to do quotes tomorrow and a full-on day again tomorrow. But we'll get caught up, yeah.
But this week has been really tough. I'm not gonna lie, it has been full on. Left the office on Monday, as I said yesterday, I left the office on Monday just basically thinking, what the hell, why do I do this? It was just one of those typical days. And as a business owner and leader, you get days like that, but it's one of the worst I've had for a while, I'll be truthful. So I need to get my head straight, and we've got to persevere, and I've got to make sure that my head is in the right place, otherwise I don't lead people properly, I don't push the company correct, and it'll just have a negative impact all the way along. What do I do about it? I've got to mix things up and I've got to change things. I've been doing a hell of a lot of hours. I was in the office again until late last night. We were supposed to be filming a podcast yesterday evening, but unfortunately the guest in particular, who I believe is going to be an amazing guest, had something come up, so they weren't able to do that. So that got postponed, but I thought, you know what, I was already scheduled to do the time. Let's put the time in, let's get it done. But I'm making sure that I put some time aside for myself as well. So hence the reason why I'm in this attire today, or this morning, because I'm not going straight into the office. I've got to take my kids to the bus this morning anyway, get them ready for school. I need some time with them, see them, and even just the morning routine actually. When you are fixated on so many other things, having a morning routine, that was a bad idea, having a morning routine and being part of that morning routine with the family and everything else can just take your mind off it a little bit and focus the mind and stuff. But before that, I'm actually going to go for a run, and I did the same thing yesterday morning as well, just to clear my mind. I'm not the biggest fitness person in the world, I'm certainly not. I don't like going to the gym, I don't particularly like going running, but it does clear the mind, and I don't like being unhealthy and feeling overweight and stuff like that, and I do like my food. So I have to keep fit and exercise more the older I get. We're out most of the morning, or I'm out most of the morning doing quote visits. One in particular is very odd, it's very different for us. Got a few more quotes to do, and then it's back to the office. I've got some quotes to send out, some contract cleaning quotes to send out for some people. I've got to chase up some others. What we're finding at the moment is a lot of quotes are just taking longer to come to fruition and actually turn around and decisions to be made. It just feels like companies are just a little bit slower, and I mean it does happen at this time of year anyway, or through the summer months anyway, but it's a bit early for that to be happening yet. So I've got to chase up a few and just see how they're getting on. They're all ones that, you know, they've told me, yeah, no, we're definitely going with you, we want to move ahead. We've just got to dot the I's and cross the T's. With the bigger companies, you end up with legal departments that take ages to go through all the paperwork. Vicky has to finish today early for a family thing with the kids, so I'm covering the phones for an hour or so in the afternoon. And then we are actually doing the podcast this evening. So we're going to do 2 podcasts this evening with 2 different guests, so we're filming ahead. The support ops are out all day. It is actually one of our support ops last day. They've got a couple of holiday cover shifts to do for the support ops. and a few stock visits and things like that we were sorting out yesterday. Technicians are here, there and everywhere, so we've got multiple end of tenancy today. It's that time of year, we get hundreds of them at this time of year, so we've got multiple end of tenancies. We've got a few extractor systems as well. We are back over in Bath for the estate agent, where we do multiple upholstery, mattress cleans, carpet cleans and things like that. So we end up with a list as long as your arm, and we just take the keys and go one property after another, which is all student stuff. So again, another busy day, busy day, nothing ever changes. So I'm gonna go for my run, I'm gonna get myself focused, I'm gonna get on it today.
So I'm out on quote visits today. The first one being one that's a little bit different. It is a clean of a kennels. Kennels has been closed for a couple of years and they're looking to get it deep cleaned before they reopen. Then it's over to have a look at some office carpet cleaning, quite a large office. It's quite standard for us, straightforward clean, but we do need to make sure the measurements are right and have a look at the staining just to calculate how long that will take. And then we've got some extractor systems to have a look at as well.
Trying to explain why I was abused on Monday. You know, one of the hard things about being a manager is making the hard choices, and especially in the cleaning industry, obviously you've got to make sure that you're looking after your clients, and we're making promises to our clients every single day of the week. And one of the most important ones that we make is that we will be there on a certain day at a certain time and everything else. And unfortunately, on occasion, we will bring people onto the team that don't live by the same standards as we will, and we then end up letting our clients down or running around like blue flies to try and get everything straightened out and make sure we don't fail on our promises. And the particular person that was essentially abusing me on email on Monday was someone that did that. They didn't live up to their promises that they made, which is essentially to be on time, ready for work, in the locations that they were supposed to be in, which was resulting in a lot of extra work for other team members to make sure that we weren't letting our clients down. So we weren't letting our clients down, but we were having to react to them not being where they were supposed to be and stuff like that. Therefore, they didn't pass their probation and we had to let them go. In the meantime, because they were a mobile operative, they had a vehicle and we were made aware of a couple of parking tickets and some different things like that. Therefore, I'm afraid deductions were made from their wages, which is part of our standard terms and conditions of employment. If you're going to come on as a mobile with us, you're responsible for the vehicle and you're responsible for your own actions. Sorry, I don't think that's a lot to actually expect. You know, I can't issue you with a van and then go, yeah, crack on, don't worry, I'll pay all your parking fines, speeding tickets and anything else. It doesn't work like that. Well, this person was abusing me because they reckoned that they shouldn't be liable for the parking charges. We pay for parking. So all of our team that drive a vehicle are issued with a top-up credit card, which allows them to pay for their own parking when they're at work. So we pay for that. There's not really any excuse. It is up to the person driving the vehicle to find a suitable place to park, pay for it on the company card, and then they're parked, job's done. If they get a parking ticket because they haven't parked right or they haven't paid to park, then it's on them. And that's the difference. But this particular person, despite being made fully aware of that, decided that they didn't want to do that.
You've got a filtration system in there as well, that's good. Side panel there. That's good.
It just all needs cleaning. We have been doing some work in here, but most of the dust we got down, but
Yeah.
you know what it is? It's the cobwebs with dog hair.
Yeah. We do quite a lot of work for veterinary practices as well, and we have the same. We know exactly what it's like. We have the same things there, so you need to be. It's brushing, vacuuming, and things like that. Basically, it's quite time intensive.
Yeah.
Because you kind of need to go over things 2 or 3
all
times.
the cupboards would need cleaning. All the doors.
Cabins. bring me back. I used to build these for a living.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, we've got one on the other side. This is the cannery. And
Okay.
that will need to be cleaned.
Yeah. But you're looking to have each one of them sort of cleaned down as well, yeah? Yeah, it's going to have to be done dry, isn't it, up here? Because it's... So obviously my first instinct was it would be more a case of kind of, like you said you were doing down at the kennel, sort of jet wash a lot of it down and then wipe it down afterwards. But what I fear is with, especially this section, if you get too much over here, you're going to wash a lot of that stone away.
Right.
Obviously when you're jet washing, you're creating a lot of water.
And steam, we spray those everywhere. Don't we?
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, especially with those, the perspex in between, you'd have to be careful on the pressure of your jet wash. Yeah, I think to be honest, it would be a case of steaming it down.
It's more the 2 rooms down the end. He's gonna do it here today. Weston up here, but not.
Yeah.
He's gonna power wash this. So
Right.
In here,
Yeah.
needs a good clean.
Make sure all the surfaces, everything underneath.
Yeah, the floor, yeah. Like, don't worry about sorting this stuff, like
No,
pull it
yeah.
out clean and then
Yeah.
pop it back. It's the cobwebs. They don't want to go away. They want to stick to everything.
Yeah, that's the trouble. I suppose they're a little bit on the damp side, it's the surfaces and things like that. Isn't it?
When you're in the cleaning industry, you're dealing with people. You end up as a leader in the cleaning industry in particular, you end up dealing with people more than you deal with cleaning. With regards to being abused by a colleague's partner is a prime example of how people's personal lives spill over into their work life. Now, don't get me wrong, I do believe to a degree you should keep your home life at home and your work life at work, but certain things will follow on. You know, they will overlap and they'll spill over into the work environment, whether you like it or not. In this scenario, they obviously have had a bit of a falling out. There's a whole heap of situation going on, and again, because they're a mobile operative, they've got a works vehicle and they're kind of blaming it, they're sort of spilling it over, and I think essentially they're trying to get this individual in trouble by saying that obviously they're bringing the company reputation in disrepute, using the work vehicle for this and for that and everything else. What they don't know is the vehicles are actually tracked, and I know full well that on the particular days and times that this vehicle was supposedly used for certain things, it wasn't. So, you know, it was where it was supposed to be. Hence the reason why I'm more inclined to side with the individual who is part of our team and go from there. Again, it's things that quite frankly you shouldn't have to be subjected to. And quite frankly, the worrying fact is that particular person, if I hadn't been on the phone because I was covering for someone else, if I hadn't been on the phone, one of the other team would have picked it up. Whether or not they would have dealt with it the same way, because this individual knew who I was, and when I said who I was, then I think they felt it appropriate or suitable to take their frustrations out on me. Or maybe they thought they'd get the point across more. Obviously, I've passed the feedback on to the colleague themselves. I've explained that we need them to try and minimise these issues and try and go from there. We've blocked that person's number from all of our phones, so they can't actually ring through to us anymore, and I've informed the colleague that we've done that. We'll be reporting them to the police if they do contact any of the team again and decide to abuse us, because I'm not going to have my team subjected to that any more than anything else. So the colleague knows they've got to do something as much as anything else as well, but it's a sensitive situation, so a nice one to keep an eye on, and we'll let you know if anything progresses with that, but hopefully not.
Thursday the 20th of July and it's meeting day. It's going to be a crazy day. Every month we get in together and we all catch up from the specialist and the technician side, specialist and contract side, and see where it's going. So it's going to be a busy one.
You all right? Supposed to be going in the van, you know that, don't you?
There's one round there already.
You all right?
Yes, you all right?
All good?
Nothing, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, everyone should have one bottle. if Kate, for example, turns up early and you're not there, she can't do anything. At least she can crack on if she's got a camera.
Help me out.
Yeah.
Good drive around with it, it's all on my
Oh, there we go. Black bags, please. New ones.
Yeah.
Ones without holes in.
Yeah, when you need them.
Oh.
They should always have holes in. To be fair, that
I've ordered some and I never get them.
No, because I normally use the ones that are in the that are brought back. Yeah, it's just there wasn't a lot in there, and I was in a hurry this morning.
Oh no. Take it back, I'm sorry, you wouldn't.
What did she say? I didn't even know what she said.
Is it recorded?
Is she brave enough to say it again, do you reckon?
Oh, that's not me.
The covers.
No, that's them. They're quality.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Quite handy. Good, aren't they? Washable, they fold up.
Clever, isn't it? Any idea where or who makes them?
Find out. I'll go speak to where they gave me it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Find out, let me know. That is what you should have in your kit. I want you to run through it, and if there's anything missing, let me know.
Okay. What's that?
Deburring tool. So when you cut hatches and stuff like that, you can literally just run it round and it deburrs the edges. So we've got a few bits of training to go through today. So watch the video. Today, I am going to be signing you off unless you 100% say to me, no, not a chance. However, I'm going to sit and watch that video with you, and I am going to talk you through it if you are not comfortable to walk away with it today. Let the handle go and just give it a little tug and make sure it's held. Friday, 21st of July, I'm in the office all day today. We've got lots to get done to get things straight. Next week, I'm on annual leave, so I want to make sure that the team are fully prepared and they have everything that they need to keep the ship going in the right direction and running things smoothly. I've got full faith in the team, but I want to make sure that I've helped them in every way I can. We have had a development late last night with regards to the customer service individual that didn't feel comfortable to come back into the office following the fire. They have actually resigned with immediate effect, and they've said that they don't feel safe within the working environment. Unfortunately, I actually feel like that situation is going to continue to develop. It's a very unfortunate situation. It actually bothers me quite a lot, and it affects me personally. I take it quite personal in the sense that I feel maybe they obviously feel that I'm not trying to look after them and make sure that the environment is safe, but I certainly am, and I wouldn't ask anyone to work in an unsafe environment. I don't ask anyone to do anything that I wouldn't do myself, and I feel that we do everything here we need to do, but we'll see how that develops. It doesn't help the team for next week though. With me on annual leave, they're even shorter here, but it just go to show how great the team really are. They pull together, they push through. The feeling you get when your team tell you, no, you need a break, you need to go away, don't worry, we'll sort it out. I've got various colleagues doing more, doing extra, volunteering for different things, so I get to take my break. This week's been a tough week, but to hear that from other people is a good feeling. I mean, maybe they just want to get rid of me, I don't know, but it's still a good feeling. I'll take it for that way. One day I will remember the password for this computer. Hey! Thank you for the stuff, the most recent stuff you've done.
Yeah.
Especially the stuff with you and Ashley. No, the talking between you and stuff like that. All of that's good. One of the things I want is a bit more of an insight of actually what goes on the contract site.
Yeah, behind closed doors.
Yeah, exactly. So the more of that we can get, the better. Saturday, 22nd of July. I'm back in the office just tying up some loose ends. No matter how hard I tried yesterday, I just could not get everything done to a point I was happy and everything was organised. So a few loose ends to tie up this morning. I've come in for a few hours just to get that all finished off and make sure everyone's smooth. But the good news is I am going on my annual leave. I'm not cancelling it. The team have pushed me as much as anything else. So as long as I get these few loose ends done, we put some bits in place so everyone else is all ready and comfortable to manage things. The new tumble dryer arrived yesterday, so we need to get that installed and done as well, to make sure that we can keep up with the demand on the cloths. We do go through a lot of cloths. There's always something going on. So we noticed yesterday that we've got a loose step as well at the bottom of the stairs, and obviously with people coming in and out, we need to make sure it's safe. We've got the management company is sending out someone today to fix that Saturday, so hopefully that'll be fixed for next week. So we draw episode 3 of Behind the Cleans to an end. A miserable week ending with miserable weather. But come back next week to see how the team get on while I'm on annual leave. We've got Aaron, our support operative, taking the reins behind the camera, keeping you in the loop and seeing how it's go while I'm on annual leave. Come back and check it out. And please don't forget, leave us a comment. Tell us what you want to see. Follow us for future episodes and click to catch up on some of our past videos. See you next time.